A sport, an art form, or is it just plain crazy?
It's called parkour, and the people who do it jump between buildings and tumble over urban obstacles. Fox 13's Erica Vaughn is in studio tonight with how the international trend is happening in Utah. Erica.
Bob and Hope, parkour is the kind of thing you see in action movies. It's even turning up in commercials. Imagine your favorite Hollywood chase scene with no wires, no padding, and no fear.
Now we're getting nasty. Everybody's talking about the kids. The kids got pocket soul and groove emotion. But if you don't give that kids a chance to use it, well, they're always more than likely to abuse it.
This is parkour.
It's pronounced parkour.
Most just call it PK. It's a French physical discipline, not really a sport because it's non-competitive.
It's been described as an art form, a discipline, a philosophy.
Everybody's talking about the kids.
It's trying to get as fluid as possible through your environment.
It's based on movement, interacting with your environment to enhance your movement rather than letting things like stairs or walls prevent movement.
Kids get down, stormy weather, 15 years of raw pleasure.
The best way I can describe it is imagining the flow of water.
Kids get down, underground.
It moves with the rocks, trees, and grass around it.
Because the kids got pocket soul.
We caught up with Salt Lake's parkour community as they flowed past obstacles on the U campus. This group focuses on parkour, but they also incorporate something called free running.
Free running is more about the flashy tricks, the flips, cartwheels.
Many of these guys have backgrounds in track or gymnastics. Others are just finding their athletic niche.
It gives me a lot of exercise. When I am done with a day of parkour, I can feel it from my toes to my head.
When I first saw him, well, it kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies. They were jumping off buildings, Spider-Man stuff, without the belts and without the mats.
Vicki Mertlick now supports her son Tyson and his parkour friends.
Most people think I just go out and am some crazy kid who jumps off stuff.
16-year-old Ronnie Shalvas even got his 41-year-old dad to try parkour.
I love the mental energy it takes to put behind it, and it helps keep my body in shape.
Dad also says it's an easy way to know what his teen is up to and with who. Parkour is an activity they can do together, anywhere, and what some call crazy, they say is freeing.
All the stresses of this world, just leave me when I'm out by myself, just focusing on this discipline, and I just feel free and happy.
Everybody's talking about the kids now. Everybody's talking about the kids now. Everybody's talking about the 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 kids now. Yeah. Keep on talking.
Parkour has its obvious dangers. Serious injuries are likely if you don't have the right training. Coming up later in the show, the emphasis on safety, why Salt Lake PK enthusiasts don't want just anyone trying parkour. Live in the newsroom, Erica Vaughn, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Parkour. It has some Salt Lake youngsters scaling walls and jumping between buildings.
Sound dangerous? Well, you bet it is. Fox 13's Erica Vaughn rejoins us now in studio with part 2 of parkour. Erica?
Well, Bob, ask anyone in parkour and they'll tell you safety is their first priority. For the PK purist, mindset and physical control are key. So don't try this at home. The internet is filled with extreme images of parkour and free running. Tracers, people who do parkour, catapulting themselves between buildings, springboarding over balconies, and what looks like gravity-defying stunts.
It's not about being extreme or dangerous, it's finding new ways to move.
Salt Lake's parkour community is aware of the dangers, but say they take precautions, and you won't see these guys hopping over high-rises.
Yeah, it can be very dangerous, but what I've done is I start out small with like mats and cushions and everything, and then I slowly work myself up until I'm comfortable with everything I do.
Before group jams in urban settings with concrete, tracers meet at gyms where they can practice techniques in relative safety.
I get weak in the knees sometimes watching him. It's scary, but the more I would watch him, the more comfortable I'd get.
I'm about knowing your limits. I'm about having
your limits as at the center and you're using them.
I know, it's crazy. What we do is when you get experience with certain stunts and acrobats and techniques, you realize they're not as dangerous as they look.
Ron Shalvis does parkour with his 16-year-old son, Ronnie. Shalvis says his son is more likely to be injured playing high school football or soccer.
Okay, this is a roll. It's basically used to distribute the vertical forces into horizontal forces.
Parkour's basic moves are designed for safety. For example, the roll takes pressure off falls.
Put your hands on in front and then push off with your hands and slide your feet through.
A vault is another basic move. Once learned and performed correctly, prevents bad spills. Accidents do happen. A quick search on the web turns up grimacing falls and painful fumbles. Parkour is not without risk. Risk some Utahns are willing to take.
You only do what you can do, and you don't do anything more than your ability.
This isn't just a way to exercise or a hobby for some. Ronnie Shalvis, the 16-year-old we introduced you to, plans to make a career of PK. He wants to be a stuntman. To check out some of his videos and to learn more about parkour in Salt Lake, log on to our website, myfoxutah.com. Live in the newsroom, Erica Vaughn, Fox 13 News, Utah.